Hey everyone, it's Shannon with True Crime with Shannon, and I'm back with another video. So I was sick yesterday. Today is what? Wednesday? That's where the days just kind of go all around nothing, guys. So I kind of got sick on Monday night, into yesterday, and this morning I started to feel some better. I had a little stomach bug or something like that. So hopefully I'm completely over it now. So I'm hoping I can get back on track here because I was really wanting to make a video yesterday. So now you got one now. If you hear any tweeting, that's my little parakeet. And if y'all are interested, I will introduce you to Toby in a future video. With that said and done, I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel. And if you do me a quick favor, if you hit that like button, that thumbs up for me, I really do appreciate it. It helps the video get some more traction here on YouTube. And if you could also share it if you like the content, that would be great as well. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? I really do love each and every one of my subscribers. We've crossed that 300 subscriber mark, and we're getting closer to 500. So we're chugging along, and I appreciate you guys and all your support and getting me to reaching these little goals here and there. Okay, but before I get into the topic, let's do a missing persons. I might actually do two. I might do one at the end, so stay tuned for that. I did want to do at least one. Let's see here. This is a critical missing person. I've been trying to collect them, and if you have a missing person or a child that you want to be featured, you can definitely send me that through email. My email is always in the description of the video. It's truecrimecron@gmail.com. It will be in the information of the video, and just title it missing person, and I will try to get it into a upcoming video. And if I start getting a lot, I'll try to at least do two every video. But this one here is a missing child, and her name is Destiny Walker. I just spotted this one online, and I wanted to put it up because it's a critical missing child. She was missing from, it looks like Metropolitan Police put this out. She's in Washington, D.C., missing from the 1100 block of 46th Place Southeast. She's been missing since Tuesday. So as I record this, this is Wednesday the 20th. So she's been missing only since yesterday. It looks like she's missing since 10 a.m. So she's recently gone missing, and it's critical. And obviously the sooner we can find these guys, the better. It states that the Metropolitan Police Department is seeking the public's assistance in locating 16-year-old Destiny Walker, who was last seen in the 1100 block of 46th Place Southeast on Tuesday, July 19th, 2022. Destiny Walker is described as a black female, light complexion, 5'7" in height, 110 pounds, with brown hair and a ponytail with a bush ball and brown eyes. She was last seen wearing a blue-green tank top, pink sweatpants, and in green Crocs. And they give you all the information on how to call in the tips here. So you guys can definitely check this out here. It looks like I'm going to post the link to this as well. You can call in anonymously at 202-727-9099. And you can also text to 50411 any information. So if you're in the Washington area, this is a critical missing person, Destiny Walker. So keep on the lookout for her. And if you do see her, please do call authorities. And there's also some more information here in the contact. You can contact the Command Information Center here as well at 202-727-9099. Looks like that's the main number to contact. So let's hope that we can bring her home to her family, as she is 16 years old. Okay. All right. So this is a case that I just put on my blog a little bit about on Monday. I'm trying to get the blog back going a bit. So if you don't see me posting here, I'm trying to get some stuff up on the blog as well. And that's girlsgotsoul.com/blog. I post there my running and fitness stuff and my true crime. So it's kind of a dual effort situation. So this one is about the case of Karena McClerkin. Because I just heard about this from friends of mine that are also YouTube creators, Frank and Marv, and they have been covering this case since the beginning. I'm a newer creator and interest in this case, and it looks like we are hitting some key things right now in this case. So the public's help is definitely still appreciated, as they just got an arrest, and there was a press conference today. So I wanted to go over a bit of that and give you guys some information on this case. It's also out of Indiana. It's in Kokomo, Indiana, which, if you guys are familiar, Delphi, Indiana is not too far from here, as well as Flora, Indiana. So this is still Carroll County. So this is a Carroll County, city, and these are all in the same exact county. And I don't know if I want to get into it, but they all have a lot of issues, it seems to me. But this right here is the suspect, and they believe, sadly, that Karena may no longer be with us. This is the suspect that he was arrested a couple days ago, and he is in custody. And that's a great mugshot. I'm sure you guys will agree. His name is Flint Farmer. He's been apparently a POI, person of interest, for quite some time. And there is beautiful Karena. She's a beautiful girl. When she went missing, it's just awful. She was 18 years old, and the story, there wasn't much information happening, but I kind of want to go over the current new information because, like I said, there's so much to go back on, and it's just kind of easier to see where we're at now. And all these backstories do give you all these current information does give you a good place to see what's going on. And honestly, they've gotten closer because the justice for Karena is coming, but there's still a lot of work to be done because they just have this suspect in custody right now, and the police are stating that there may be more arrests, and they really believe there will be. So let's see. This one here states heavily redacted court documents. They were released Tuesday morning from the 2016 disappearance of 18-year-old Karena McClerkin. Helped piece together the connection between the then teen and a Kokomo man. Almost 6 years after the disappearance of McClerkin, police arrested Flint Vincent Farmer, 56, on Monday. So he was arrested on Monday, which was 2 days ago. He is facing a charge of murder, a level 1 felony, for his alleged involvement in the case. According to court documents, he is currently being held without bond at the Howard County Jail. Per a probable cause affidavit filed through the Howard County Superior Court 2, loved ones say that they dropped McClerkin off at an apartment in the 1000 block of South Washington Street, one associated with Farmer, back on October 11th, 2016. McClerkin was reported missing 2 days later. The exact relationship between Farmer and McClerkin was not detailed in the court records. Heavily redacted court documents released Tuesday morning pieced together the initial days and hours following McClerkin's disappearance. About a week after McClerkin was reported missing, an unidentified man told authorities that Farmer and McClerkin spent time at the man's apartment on October 11th, 2016, court documents indicated. Farmer and McClerkin then left together, according to the man's interview as highlighted in the affidavit, and he believed that they were going back to Farmer's apartment. Around 10 p.m. that same night, per court documents, Farmer and McClerkin were seen on surveillance footage at Village Pantry near the intersection of Markland Avenue and Washington Street, where they spent about 30 minutes before eventually leaving. Other unidentified individuals also told police they witnessed McClerkin with Farmer that evening and possibly even inside his apartment, court records noted. One person told police she believed she saw a person, quote, covered up and lying on Farmer's floor. Farmer reportedly denied the allegation that McClerkin was inside his apartment when police went to visit him shortly after McClerkin was declared missing, court documents indicated. Police were given permission to look inside Farmer's apartment at that time, but McClerkin was not found. Then in July 2018, investigators began reviewing phone call records that dated back to November 2016, when Farmer was in the Howard County Jail on an unrelated case. During one phone call, highlighted in the affidavit, authorities stated that Farmer sounded nervous and scared, telling the person on the other end of the phone that they are trying to get him for everything and that the whole world is going crazy. Farmer also reportedly stated that everything was about to get really ugly. Over the next 3 years, detectives continued to speak with witnesses and comb through any additional evidence related to McClerkin's disappearance. Then in August 2021, police obtained additional information in connection to the case. though they have not publicly stated what that information is. Much of that information is also redacted out of the probable cause affidavit, but two witnesses' statements provided to the police did detail what was referred to as a struggle or fight coming from Farmer's apartment on the night of October 11th, 2016. Those two individuals also told police they heard what sounded like a person gasping or whimpering. It was perhaps that additional information that led authorities back to the apartment last month, where they were searching a detached garage on the property for any evidence related to the case. During that search, per court records, luminol was used, which is a water-based solution capable of detecting blood that has been diluted up to 10,000 times. Results of the luminol test revealed the presence of blood on the floor just inside the walk-through service door of the detached garage, court documents indicated, as well as in 3 other areas. Those samples were collected and provided to the Indiana State Police lab for additional testing, and it wasn't made clear in the affidavit whether those results have come back yet. For nearly 6 years now, the McClerkin family and friends have been left wondering what happened the night they say the teenager was dropped off at Farmer's apartment, and there are still pieces of the case investigators haven't publicly released. However, news of Farmer's arrest brings them one step closer, according to McClerkin's sister Ada. For years I've been wanting nothing more, she told the Tribune on Monday night. It's not the news we wanted to hear, but at least we are on track to bring Karena home. This was all so unexpected. Anyone with additional information on this case is asked to contact Lieutenant Richard Benzinger at 765-456-7324, or there's his email there. It's rbenzinger@cityofkokomo.org. You can also contact the KPD hotline at 765-456-7017 or the Central Indiana Crime Stoppers at 800-262-TIPS. Okay, so that is that particular update as far as the affidavit. I know that the other podcast, they actually read through the affidavit, but that kind of gives you what the affidavit states. And I want to go over the press conference today, which I actually watched. It was really, really sad what happened as far as that's concerned. So let me get that up here. Now this one here is off of WRTV. They have, in Indianapolis, they seem to have been, from what I can tell, I've looked through a number of their videos. They have covered this case the most extensively as far as major mainstream media in that area. So I know there's also a Court TV short on it, but WRTV does seem to be one of the best sources for information as far as videos and coverage for her case. So let's see. I'm going to read what's stated, but I also want to play the press conference because you got to hear it to see what was going on there. Okay. Kokomo Police Chief remains found 1 day after arrest in 2016 missing persons case. Okay, Kokomo police said they found skeletal remains Tuesday night in a rural part of Miami County while investigating the 2016 disappearance of Karena McClerkin, and 1 day after a person was arrested and charged with murder in the case. Now here's the problem. Okay, I have learned through these are my friends that they actually speak with Karena's grandmother, whose name is Jerry McClerkin. The Kokomo police only informed her mother, Karena's mother. They did not inform the grandmother, nor did they inform the father. That family, the mother and the father, are not together. So apparently this press conference threw part of this family completely off guard. And that to me is just inappropriate and it's just wrong. So the mother was the only one apparently in the family that was told before they announced it this morning to the public, it's just awful. During a press conference on Wednesday, Kokomo Police Department Chief Doug Stout said investigators received additional information in the fall of 2021 about her disappearance and began to create a plan to continue to investigate with Indiana State Police. Of note, Indiana State Police and FBI were not at this press conference. I'm not sure why. If they were invited or they weren't invited, that I do not know. On Tuesday, Stout said investigators located skeletal remains in a rural area of Miami County while continuing to investigate the case. The remains have been sent to Fort Wayne, and McClerkin's mother was notified, Stout said. See, her mother, but not her father, not her grandmother. I don't know about you, but I think they should have notified the entire family. Like I said, I'm new to this case, but even this still threw me for a loop. You know, her grandmother and her father, they've all been searching for Karena for all these years since she disappeared. So there is no excuse for law enforcement not to inform the entire family, at all. On Monday, Flint Farmer, 57, was arrested and charged with 1 count of murder, Stout said. Additional arrests are anticipated. Stout asked the public to refrain from posting information about the case on social media. He said previous posts on social media have hindered parts of the investigation. Well, I gotta tell you guys, social media is not gonna stop, because social media and the family is what a lot of these cases, that's how they get solved, and that's how they continue to stay in the public eye. So, let me play the press conference here so you guys can hear that as well.
Kokomo Mayor Tyler Moore, Kokomo Police Chief Douglas Stout, Kokomo Police Assistant Chief Teresa Galloway, Howard County Sheriff Jerry Asher, Indiana State Public Information Officer Sergeant Tony Slope, Kokomo Police
Technical difficulties.
Department Captain of Investigations Mike Benush, Howard County Coroner Steve Steele, and Howard County Deputy Coroner Sean Hoss.
Okay, here we go.
They are going to be discussing with you the things that have been going on for the past 6 years with this investigation. At this time, I'm going to turn the podium over to Kokomo Mayor Tyler Moore.
Thank you, Major. I too would like to welcome everyone to City Hall this morning. We appreciate you joining us as we update the community on additional details of a recent development. I'd like to begin by bringing your attention to those standing here with Kokomo Police Chief Doug Stout. They each represent a group of men and women who collectively work day in and day out to address public safety issues in our community as they arise. When I took office in January of 2020, I made a commitment to the citizens of Kokomo that along with Chief Stout and his team, this administration would make public safety a top priority. Knowing that the primary way to achieve success in that endeavor was to focus on increasing the staffing levels within the department, KPD leadership began an aggressive initiative to add the officers and staff necessary to be more proactive versus reactive. By increasing the number of boots on the streets and adding a crime analyst to the staff, KPD has since been given opportunities to work more closely with our partner law enforcement agencies and to dedicate more resources to our outstanding cases, as evidenced by the recent developments in the Karena McClerkin case. It has been the collective efforts of many individuals, again represented by the officials standing here, since October 2016 that have brought us to this point in time today. With that, I'd like now to turn over the podium to Kokomo Police Chief Doug Stout to provide further information on the case.
Seems like a lot of patting themselves in the back here.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for attending. Due to the sensitive nature of this investigation, the Kokomo Police Department will not be providing any additional details or answer any questions at the conclusion of this announcement in order to protect the integrity of this ongoing investigation. On October 13th, 2016, the Kokomo Police Department began a missing persons case. Karena McClerkin reported that she had been missing since October 11th of 2016. The subsequent investigation revealed that Karena was last seen at a residence in the 1000 block of South Washington Street here in Kokomo. Since the time of the initial report, investigators of this department have continually followed up on every piece of information and tip that had been received, and we will continue to do so. In the fall of 2021, investigators received additional information about Karena's disappearance as well as the events that took place the following day. After receiving this additional information, the Kokomo Police Department came up with a plan to try to further the investigation by generating additional information. We requested the assistance from the Indiana State Police and all of their available resources. The partnership of resources involved in this investigation is what ultimately has brought us here today to be able to stand before you and announce that the arrest has been made in reference to the Karena McClerkin case. The case was presented to the Howard County Prosecutor's Office for review. On July 18th, 2022, a warrant was issued for 57-year-old Flint Farmer of Kokomo for 1 count of murder. On the same day, at approximately 1 p.m., Kokomo police arrested Flint Farmer at a residence in the 600 block of South Purdom Street here in Kokomo. Additional arrests are anticipated. On July 19th, 2022, the ongoing investigation led investigators to a rural area in Miami County. As a result, investigators of the Kokomo Police Department, Indiana State Police, Howard County Coroner's Office, and the Miami County Coroner's Office located skeletal remains. Upon locating the remains, the Kokomo Police Department immediately notified Marlena Smith, the mother of Karena McClerkin.
See, this is the problem there. They only notified the mother. They didn't notify her father nor her grandmother. So let's continue.
The remains that were located have been removed from the location and transported to Fort Wayne for further investigation by a forensic pathologist and to be positively identified. As you can imagine, we're all very hopeful in the identification process and hope to be able to come to a conclusion in this ongoing investigation for all the family and friends who have been grieving since 2016. This investigation has been an agency effort, so I would like to personally thank all of the dedicated men and women of the Kokomo Police Department, past and present, sworn and non-sworn, who have directly or indirectly participated throughout the course of this ongoing investigation. Excuse me. We also appreciate all of the public's tips and information that we have received.
I believe that's her mother right there. And interesting how they're patting themselves in the back, but they're not mentioning a good portion of her family, which I know are her father and her grandmother and a lot of family friends that were out there searching constantly and keeping her awareness out there.
Received as it pertains to this case. I respectfully request the public refrain from posting information about this case on social media. Most of the past social media posts have not been truthful and have greatly hindered this investigation and the investigative efforts along the way. Again, due to the sensitive nature of this investigation, the Kokomo Police Department will not be providing any additional details at this time. We will be providing additional details and updates when they become available. Anyone who may have additional information about this case is asked to contact Lieutenant Richard Benzinger at 765-456-7324 or the Kokomo Police Department hotline at 765-456-7017. You may also qualify for a cash reward by calling the Central Indiana Crime Stoppers at 1-800-262-TIPS with your anonymous tip. Anonymous tips can also be provided via text message to the number 847-411 and begin the text message with the keyword TIP KPD. TIP KPD. Citizens can download the Kokomo app free on their smartphone through the Google Play Store or the iTunes Store. As always, all defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Thank you for coming.
Okay, now before this continues, the press conference that I saw, if this isn't cut off, which I don't believe it's going to, the grandmother gets very upset and there is some language, so I want to give you guys a warning on that. I try to keep language off of this, but I'm going to try to see if I can bleep it out but in post, but I'm not so sure I can. So just be aware, you know, and she's got every right to be upset, so, and you'll see her get upset. And that's her right there standing up. That's her grandmother.
You're not right. You're wrong. We searched for that girl. Nobody else did. You all kiss my fucking ass.
Alright, and she does go out and speak with some law enforcement before they cut off the feed. So it's a horrible thing, this entire situation. I mean, it's amazing that they actually they caught the guy, but here's the problem: is that they did not speak with the entire family. They did not speak with that entire family at all. Okay, they did not speak with her grandmother Jerry, which stood up there at that press conference. They did not speak with her father. They only told her mother. And like I said, the mother of Karena and her father, you know, they are not together. They're estranged. Okay, so by telling just the mother and not telling the father and the grandmother, who have been searching for her all this time, and they've gone out in all kinds of weather. I've seen videos all over YouTube. They've been out there with signs, everything. It's just horribly wrong. And they're, of course, also taking every single bit of that credit for themselves. So Kokomo Police Department, thumbs down to you. Because you did not tell all three of those key members of her family. Like I said, I'm new to this case, but I can't even imagine, you know, hearing about your loved one that they possibly found her remains. You hear about it in a press conference with everybody else. That is just beyond wrong. So, and as far as social media is concerned, we are not going to stop, okay? A lot of us, we're going to keep the word out. We're going to keep Karena's face out there, and we're going to make sure that that she gets justice and her family gets what they need out of this situation. So, I'm going to continue to follow it here on my blog and here on the channel. And if anybody has information, you can, you know, send it to me. I would love to cover it. Like I said, I'm just new to this case, but from what I've learned in the last few days, I'm horrified. I'm just horrified at how it's been treated. But being that I do follow Delphi and I follow the Flora fire, I'm not surprised. This is Carroll County, y'all. Carroll County, I mean, like I said, I haven't had much experience with Kokomo yet, but they're just as bad as the rest of them, it seems to me. You know, and there's been updated on Flora. If you guys check out my blog, I don't want to add too much on here because this is about Karena, but they're pulling that reward fund off of the 4 angels from Flora. So check that out. I'm going to probably do another video on Flora very soon. So that's going to be it for this particular video. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, let me know what you think about this case. I'm going to continue to follow it. Like I said, I'm new to it, but man, Carroll County has just gotten under my skin. And I'm following some of these cases out of there because I just can't imagine. These people need all the help they can get. And it's not just all about one girl or, you know, 2 girls. We need to get justice for every single one of them. So I appreciate you guys checking out the channel. And again, if you have any missing persons, children that you want me to cover, please do email that to me. Again, that email is going to be in the information to this video. I will do my best to feature, you know, as many as possible. If I start getting a lot, I'll do 2 every video. But in the meanwhile, I want to thank you guys for checking out the channel, and please do keep the justice for Karena out there. We're going to follow this case and make sure she gets justice. Thank you guys, and have a great day, and stay safe.